Hari Om. Yes.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Namaste, Jagdish ji.
Namaste.
This will be up to 7, right?
6 to 7. That's the plan.
Good, thank you.
We can go a few minutes more. Today is Tuesday.
Oh.
On Thursday, I have another class, so I have to wind up soon. But Tuesdays, no problem.
Whatever you write, is this accessible? Could we print this or what?
Sure, everything is accessible. They're all there in the Google folder. I sent a link earlier in the class. Anything you want to print out, it is there. If not, you can ask in the class. You can put a copy there.
Well, but it's still there it's stored there, right?
Yeah, some of these are not, but in the whole meeting, the audio and the presentation, audio and video of all the classes are available.
Okay.
Okay,
No,
just as you see in the class, they will be available for replay anytime.
Okay.
And all these other materials, as and when needed, I put them there in the common storage where you can take it out, open, read, take printout, all of those.
Well, I have a problem anyway. When my son comes here, I'll tell him to help me out.
Okay.
Okay.
Jagdish ji, these recordings will stay in those files forever?
Indefinitely, I think. Whatever the ashram guidelines are for classes like this.
Okay.
Okay. And
but I also think we can you can get them and take them offline and then they'll stay,
Yeah, you can store on your own computer.
Yeah.
It is just like any other ashram classes. If you buy, you can make as many copies as you want and store wherever you want. Here it is free. So once you have the access, you can make a copy of them and store it in your own computer. So you don't have internet.
Jagdish ji, during the summertime, will we continue these classes as regularly, or would there be a hiatus?
I don't know. We have to see that, because especially for some of the classes or for some people, I think they may be in all those camps.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So it's 6:03, Jagdish ji, we can start.
Okay, let's start with the prayers. A couple of you can stay and chant the prayers. Om Agajanana Padmarkam Gajanana Maharnisham
Anekadam Bhaktanam Ekadantam Upasmahe
Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini
Vidyarambham Karishyami
Bhavatu Sada Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahay Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti. Vakyakaram Vararuchim Bhashakaram Patanjalim Paninim Sutrakarancha Pranatosmi Munitrayam Atha Maheshwara Sutrani
Ath Maheshwar Sutrani,
Ayun,
Ayun,
Rilruk,
Rilruk,
Evong,
Eong,
Ayouch,
Ayouch,
Ayavarat,
Ayavarat,
Lan,
Lan,
Nyamagananam,
Mangananam,
Jabanya,
Jabanj,
Gadadash,
Khadadhash,
Jabagadadash,
Jabagaddash,
Kapa Chatatha Chatatau,
Kapa Chata Tha Chatatav,
Kapai,
Kapai,
Shatasar,
Shashasar,
Hal,
Hal,
Iti Maheshwarani Sutrani.
Iti Mahashvarani Sutrani.
Okay, I think we have a guest audience somewhere. You can hear the background, new voice.
I think that's my dog making noise. I'm sorry.
Mahodaya, Mahodaya, can we request everybody to mute themselves unless they need to talk?
Yeah, I think she was in the prayer, so now we
Yeah.
can mute
Yeah.
unless you have a question.
Yeah, I will do that now.
Okay, thank you. Let me see. Okay. Something I mentioned in the last class, that sooner or later, you have to memorize at least 2 vibhaktis to start with. And I had put that up in the drive few weeks ago, but forget to bring up in the class, so I mentioned in the last class. That is these 2. Okay, so that is Rama Shabda and Marut Shabda. They are useful for interpreting some of the vibhakti forms, not all 21. Some of the vibhakti forms will be useful or are used for interpreting the Panini Sutras. When we come to the Ashtadhyayi Sutras in the Swara Sandhi part, when the textbook discusses about the Sutras, then some of the vibhakti forms are necessary. So just by looking at the ending of the word, if you can just quickly say, oh, this is Shashti Vibhakti Ekavachana, or this is Panchami Vibhakti, then it will be very useful rather than we going back to say that this is what Vibhakti this is. So let me spend a couple of minutes about this. And I think everybody knows, and we have mentioned several times, that any of the nouns will have any noun, namapada, noun, will come under 3 genders: Pullinga, Strilinga, Napumsakalinga. Okay, and they will have 7 case endings. Case endings is the English word for vibhakti. Okay, this vibhakti is the same as subanta. That is what makes it a noun. Okay, so the vibhakti ending. So 3 genders or 3 lingas and 7 vibhaktis and 3 vachanas. Vachana is number, ekvachana, dvivachana, trivachana. So the ending form, for example, Rama is the pratipadika. Rama, no aha, and at the end nothing, ending with a. So Rama is akaranta, ending pratipadika. And we know that Rama is Pullinga. In the meaning we use, Rama is Pullinga. So the description of the Rama Shabda is akaranta Pullinga Rama Shabda is the description of the pratipadika. Okay, given here. Akaranta Pullinga Rama Shabda is the description of the Rama Shabda. There are only 2 things about a pratipadika. Its gender and the ending akshara. Okay. Now, based on this, the last letter of the pratipadika is pure noun stem without any vibhaktis. Okay. So based on that, the ending of the word will change. Okay. So Prathama vibhakti will be Ramaha, Dvitiya vibhakti will be Ramau. Now the same, if it is a Akaranta Napumsakalinga, the ending will different. For example, Phala Shabda, Phalam, instead of Ramaha, Phala Napumsakalinga is Raphalam. And Dvivachana will be Phale, and Bahuvachana will be Phalani. There, even though the ending letter is A itself for both, because the genders are different, the endings will be different. Okay. Sometimes some of the endings may be similar, may be identical, okay? But there will be difference because of the gender and the ending letter, okay? So here are the 21 for Rama Shabda. For a specific reason, I changed the color of some of those. So you can see that Prathama Vibhakti, Panchami, Shashti, and Saptami, I gave them distinct colors. We'll come to that usefulness of this color coding. This just I started on my own for the ease of understanding of the students that I saw will be very useful in one of the last classes I took. So I started using that color code. Okay. So right now you just say that Ramaha Akaranta Pullinga is Ramaha, Ramau, Ramaha in Prathama Vibhakti, Ramam, Ramau, Raman. This other 3, 4, the 2, 3, 4 Vibhaktis are not used by Panini for interpreting the sutras. They have usefulness in the sentence, of course, like any other noun. Okay. But this time I am giving it only for interpreting the sutras. The vibhakti ending and all those things that come in the book 1, the next book after the sandhi, all the sandhis are done, we are going to the other book. At that time, we will discuss about the nouns and all the vibhakti forms. Here I'm bringing it up in a little advance because this is used in interpreting the sutras. So what are these numbers? Okay, so these numbers are generally, some people use the same notation, and Medha uses the same notation. It is pretty simple and straightforward. That is why I also follow the same numbers. And the numbering is used in the as a superscript, just to save time. So this on the right top side. So the vibhakti, the number is like A/B, /B. So the first number indicates the vibhakti, which can go from 1 to 7. And the second number indicate, the second number is number after the slash indicates the vachana, which can go 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So the first number, vibhakti, can go from 1 to 7, whereas the vachana can go to 1 ekavachana, 2 dvivachana, and 3 bahuvachana. It's just a notation. Okay. 3 is not that it is 3 vachana, it is bahuvachana, 3 and more. Okay. So whenever you come across, suppose we come across a word, instead of Ramasya, we come across, say, a word like Padasya. Okay, in grammar, pada, the word pada comes very often, let's say. So let's say Padasya. Okay, so pada is Napumsakalinga, suppose Padasya. Then just by the word ending Sya, you should immediately say, okay, this is 6th vibhakti ekvachana of Pada Shabda, which is Akaranta Napumsakalinga. Okay, so for instance, Tritiya vibhakti onwards, Akaranta Pullinga and Napumsakalinga behave the same way. Okay? And suppose you come across the Pade, then just by the ending Pade, you can see that, okay, Rama Saptami Ekvachana is Rame, so Pada Saptami Ekvachana Pade. So that is the idea of putting this. So this is available in the miscellaneous folder as a PDF. You can take a printout, or you can just read and try to by heart. The idea is not actually by hearting, but looking at a form, looking at the ending to recognize that this is which vibhakti, which vachana. Okay, that is the usefulness. And more than Rama Shabda, the other ones like takaranta, the consonant ending pratipadikas, we come across very often in Panini Sutras. Okay, so just keep it in mind. Now this is in the miscellaneous folder. There's a PDF, and I think I named the same Rama and Marut Shabda. Okay, now let's go back to the book.
One question, is the numbering of vibhakti same as the numbering of the vachan? Same numerical like Arabic?
Yeah, same numerical, and that is why there's a slash.
Okay.
Okay, the first number is vibhakti, second number is vachana.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, when we come to the book 2, there will be, for Kriyapadas, we'll use Roman numerals for the Purushas, Prathama Purusha, Madhyama Purusha, Uttama Purusha, we'll use Roman numerals at that time, okay, to avoid confusion. Okay.
Jagdish, can I ask a question?
Sure.
Will you be, each of these vibhakti versus vachana will have a meaning difference, right?
Oh yeah, we will discuss that. Vibhakti, the difference in meaning, that is like half of the book 1.
Okay,
The
okay,
next book we are going to discuss, because we have to go discuss something like a kārakas and then go to vibhaktis. That is the right way to go about it.
okay,
So of course,
okay.
the meanings we will discuss. Here, Panini uses it as a useful tool. He doesn't use it as a noun, vibhakti, and other things, but he uses the concept of vibhakti to interpret something else so that he can save time. He's a sutrakara, right? So his use of vibhakti is just purely as a mathematical tool, as if like a mathematical tool or a programming tool.
Gotcha.
Okay. So
Jagadish, one quick question.
Yeah, it is not in the sense that Ramasya means that belonging to Rama. He doesn't use it that sense in the sutras. Some elsewhere he uses the same sense. Okay. Okay.
Okay, thank
There
you.
was another question I heard. Go ahead.
Jagadish, so I understand the Ekvachanam, Dvivachanam, and Bahuvachanam, but what is the difference between Pradama Vibhakti and Sasti Vibhakti, for example?
Yeah, that's what I said. The meanings of the vibhaktis we will discuss as we come to that chapter.
Okay.
Okay. Right now, they think that any noun will have 21 different vibhakti endings, and Panini used the concept of vibhakti for something else, just to see how the different forms look like, not what meaning it carries. Okay. The meaning that vibhakti carries, we will discuss in book 1. But Panini uses that vibhakti concept for something else. Okay. Just like in any physics or chemistry sutras, a alphabet is represented to indicate something else other than the letter itself. Like you might say the letter small g. We just say that it's a small letter g. But if you're talking about gravity, it has a very significant, very fixed, very narrow definition. Okay, the letter G is a gravitation, it's like 32 feet per second square, all those things. Okay, so those meanings and all those things, which is used beyond, outside the grammar, we will talk about in the book 2. Okay, in more detail, we will discuss it in very great detail. When each vibhakti might be used in different contexts, all those things will be discussed, and that, as I said, it's half of the book 2, you can imagine, and book 2 is book 1. Book 1 is a thicker book than the one we are studying now. So we are going to spend a lot of time in the vibhakti meanings. Right now, I want you to get familiar with the ending forms, because that we will come across when we talk about Swara Sandhi and Vyanjana Sandhi.
Do you want us to by heart this these two?
You can by heart, is one of the ways. The thing is, suppose you say you come across a word like padat ending with at. So that means you immediately should know, oh, okay, this is Panchami Vibhakti Ekavachanam, ending with at.
Okay.
And suppose there is a ending with then you should know that, oh, this is a Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam. Okay. Now, for example, there is a thing ending with the taha, aha here also. But here it is marut shabda, not maruta shabda. It is marut, it is takaranta. You can see that in takaranta, the Prathama Ekavachana doesn't end with aha. Okay, because the ending letter is different. As I said, the ending letter will be different based on the gender and the last letter or the 21 forms. Okay. So if you say, okay, it is a takaranta ending with aha. So then it is not as simple as Ramaha, because it is takaranta. It can have, it may be 1-3, it may be 5-1 or 6-1. So in the sutras, that makes a big difference. Okay. So just by looking at it, if you by heart, it's fine. And if you just look the last form and can decide what vibhakti it is just by looking at the ending of the given word, that is what we need here. Okay. We still have time, because this will be useful when we come to the Swara Sandhi part. That is where first we get into the Panini Sutras. And that is when it's used. So we still have some time. Okay, let's get back to the book. So we discussed about The very first one we have already completed. Shivoham Sandhi we completed. And the two we split into 2A and 2B. Okay. And
customer dinner lo undi kuda
okay, whoever is speaking, please mute yourself.
నేను
Can we please mute?
Okay. So I think we covered the second one, which is Arjuna Uvacha. And both of them, there were homeworks. Did anybody, I assume that some people have tried the homework. Any questions about the exercises?
No, we did the homework. No problem.
No problem. Piece of cake, right?
For beginning, yes.
Good. Hope it stays like that.
Yes.
Okay, nice healthy cake. Okay, that is Shivoham Sandhi. The second one, we split into two because here the both of them are given in the same. So this A plus Ash, we took it as 2B, okay, because in the chart or the table, it is a different box, okay. So this is the Arjuna Uvacha, the Visarga, preceded by short A, followed by the Dirgha A or any other swara, the Visarga will be dropped, okay. In this one, anybody has any questions? Okay.
I don't have a question, but I just wanted to see like in the exercises, she also has like in English underneath the Sanskrit. Do you want us to do that?
No, if you do in, if you can do in Devanagari, you don't have to do in English.
Okay, thank you.
She gave, because some people were still learning Devanagari because the basic class, they parallelly learning Devanagari as well as the grammar. Okay, so for their benefit, she gave both.
Okay.
But as the time progresses, you should be able to do that in one alone. Okay, Devanagari only.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so no questions about the exercises. Let's go to 2B. What is 2B? On the row side or the Purva Pada is Dirgha A.
Jagdish, could you please close the side?
Yeah. Okay, big enough?
Yes.
Okay. We will switch back and forth between, when I am in the text, let me be on the text for some time. So this we haven't covered, so we'll be covering this. So Purva Pada ending with Aha. Okay, so Visarga, before the Visarga, it is Dirgha A. Okay, and in the table, it is the second row, Dirgha A, Visarga plus Ash. What is the interpretation of Ash? So this is when you need
All soft
by the side. What is that?
Soft
All the
consonants.
vowels and all the vyanjanas.
Not all the vyanjanas.
Soft
Okay, vowels and soft consonants.
Yes.
You see the usefulness of organizing it like in the Maheshwara Sutra way. Then you can put vowels and soft consonants comes one after the other by just saying Ash, you included vowels and soft consonants. Our regular way of like a, I, u, ka, ga, ga, na, that way you can't make this Ash. Because somewhere in between the ka, ga, ga, hard consonants will come. So that is the usefulness of arranging the Maheshwara Sutras in the Paninian way. Okay, so soft consonants first, then the vowels first, and then the soft consonants and hard consonants last. That is the usefulness. So you can just say Ash, 1.5 syllables, covered all the vowels and all the soft consonants. Okay. So the Purvapada, the Purva Varna is Aha, or the Purvapada ending with Ah. Okay, Ah and Visarga. And the Parapada starting with any vowel or any of the soft consonants. In that case, the Visarga drops also. Okay, so there are two possibilities when the Visarga drops. Okay, examples are given. Here she, you can see that she took the word devaha because it's ending with vaha, and she just went on changing from akara to au and the other soft consonants. One example at least from each. Okay, so all the vowels individually she covered in examples, and one from the hayavarat and one from the soft consonants. Okay, that's the example. And similarly, there are exercises. Okay, so now let me stop sharing this and go to the presentation part. See what we did there. Okay, this is Sandhi 1, 2A. We have covered all of this, 2A. Okay, and this is 2B. Visarga Sandhi, Purvapada ending with aha, Parapada starting with ash. Okay, and she nicknamed it as Guna Guneshu. Okay, because Guna, Gunaha, the word was Gunaha earlier, and Guneshu, you can see the Parapada starts with a soft consonant. Ga is a soft consonant. She just took one common word, Guna Guneshu Vartante, a very popular phrase from Bhagavad-Gītā. So let's look at from our way of analyzing it. Okay. So here there are a list of words I picked. I think all of them are from Bhagavad-Gītā. So I can kind of search for the different combinations. Okay, so that we are dealing with some word combinations which we are already familiar with. Let me go to the presentation part. Okay, so here are the set of words. Manigana iva. This is what you see in I guess my reference number is right. Okay, Sutre Manigana iva. Parama etat. Manigana iva is pretty popular, but Parama etavat may not be that popular, but that's why there's I gave the reference where you can find it. Okay, now this is the way you see them in the text. Okay, so what you see them in the text is after the sandhi is made. So for understanding, we should be able to break the sandhi, padachedha. Okay, you have to be able to break that sandhi, and that is that is what we are learning, and that is what the exercises are about. Okay, so Manigana iva, Parama etat. Now, what is this hyphen before Parama? Any guesses, or anybody curious about why did I put a hyphen only in that one?
Mahodaya, is it because it is part of another word and you just took the ending?
Yes. So it is a Saṁskṛta
Oh,
because
is
it takes too much time.
Right,
And
right.
for the sandhi part, we are not interested in the earlier part of the word. We are interested only in the ending part of the Purvapada. But just to say that this is not the complete word, I put a dash. Okay, that is generally the way to save space in cases like presentation. Okay, so if you go to 16.1 or 16.11, right, what does it say? Somebody who has the by heart?
Which one?
Okay, this is Kamopabhoga Paramaha Etavaditi Nischitaha, 1611. Okay, so before Paramaha, this is Kamopabhoga Paramaha, a long word. Because the Kamopabhoga Para, up to till then, nothing will happen to them. Okay, that is why I just put this. So anytime when it's a long word and it is a Saṁskṛta made by combining multiple nouns, in that case, generally in the grammar classes or the books, the procedure is put a hyphen for readability. That means it is not different words. Okay, here there is a single word. For readability, you can put a dash. Okay, and in the second example here, we skipped the first one because it's so much of inactive Purvapada, which doesn't take part in the sandhi, so we just put the ending one. So you can see the Purvapada ending with a. This is after vibhakti. So because the process here is the vibhakti drops, you can make a decision right away saying that, okay, it is Maniganaha iva, meaning wise. Paramaha etavat. Traigunya vishayaha vedaha. Okay. Again, Traigunya Vishaya is a compound word. So make it a little more readable. So make it Traigunya Vishayaha Vedaha. Putaha Madbhavam. Okay, because there's a Visarga. Putaha. Devaha Bhavayantu. Prayataha Gachanti. Okay. Now, the Purvapada, let's. So this is the word form before the Sandhi. Okay, Sandhi is, when you see the appearance of the plus sign, that means the Sandhi is broken now. Okay, whatever I read just now is given there. Let's identify the participating varnas. Okay, so Purvapada or the last akshara of Purvapada or the Purva Varna is in blue. All of them common is aha, because we say that Purvapada is, so there is no choice. Okay, and in this one is the Purva, for this Sandhi to happen, Purvapada should end with aha. Okay, Visarga preceded by a. So in all the cases. Whereas the Parapada, they have choice. There's not only one. In the Shivoham, it is one a and one combination only. Here the combination can be Purapada can be one, but the Parapada can have multiple things. Same form happens. Okay. So Parapada can be, in the first one I took example that starts with E. Example that's the Paravarna is A. Example with the Paravarna is Vakara, Paravarna is Makara, Paravarna is Bhakara, and Paravarna is Gakara. Can somebody tell me why did I pick these specific examples, search to the whole Gita and pick these examples going through all the 700 verses? How did I pick these words?
Mahodaya, I can take a guess.
Yeah, go ahead. That's the answer.
Okay, so the first one is a simple vowel.
Yes.
One is a compound vowel.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the compound vowel, or what is that called?
Diphthong.
Yeah, diphthong. Okay. Yeah, good. Right answer.
The third one is basically from the Yara Lava family.
Yeah, soft consonant. Yeah.
Right, and the fourth one is actually like in like a Anunasika. It's a ma, right?
Yeah. See, if you have your Panini Maheshwara Sutras, I took an example from the first row, which is I, U, R. I took U, one example, E, to stand for all of them. And A, I took from the second row, diphthongs. Okay. And I could have put in any example, Haya Varata, but first thing I found short enough was Vedaha. So took one from the semi-vowel. Okay. And one from the nasals, Nyamagananam. And one from the, Jabha Gadada, which is soft. It has to be soft consonant, but in soft consonant it can be Mahaprana, Alpaprana. So I took one from Mahaprana example, one from Alpaprana example. Okay. Mahaprana examples are very rare to get. So in the whole Gita, I might have come across one or two examples. Okay. Whereas Alpaprana examples, there are quite a few. Okay. So that is the way I picked the examples. To make it very clear, this can be anywhere from Akara to all the way up to what? Parapada can be starting with Akara and ending with what in Panini Sutras, Maheshwara Sutra?
Sure.
No.
The.
Okay.
Oh,
So
yeah,
ending
okay.
in Dakara. Okay. Because Ash, what does Ash includes? Ash include Akara to Dakara, not Shakara. Okay. Sha is its letter. Keep that in mind.
Okay.
What is the content before the da? So Jabagada Dash. Okay. So A to Da. So A to Da, if you look at the chart, it will say that A to Da is vowel, soft consonants, vowels, semi-vowels, and soft consonants. Okay, now what happens in the Sandhi? Because of this process, Gunaha Guneshu become Guna Guneshu. Okay, so aha, visarga will drop. So what will remain is a only. So manigana plus iva, parama etat vishaya vedaha. So both in Devanagari and in English, again, anything that coming in as adesha, I show in purple. So manigana eva, final form. So this is the way Panini most likely saw the whole grammatic world. Okay, he saw these different words, found out what is the common feature, common denominator. Okay, looks like all of them end, the Purvapada ends with aha. How about Paravada, Paravarna? Paravarna changes all over, but there is no hard consonants. If the hard consonants, Sandhi rules are different. So for making this rule, let me pick only the Paravarna with a to the. Okay, most likely this is how he came about making the sutras. Looking at the words, finding the common denominator among them, and coming out with a generalized formula for them. So let's try it that way. So Purva Varna for everything is A. Okay, Visarga preceded by Dirgha A. Okay, that is in the letters in blue. But a Paravarna, Paravarna in our examples composed of akara to au, which is all the vowels, ha to la, which is all the semi-vowels, and ja to dha, okay, because it is jabagada dash, or to ja to dha. So you should be able to interpret this. This is the usefulness of knowing the abbreviation forms, okay. So ach, a to au, then ha to la, okay, which is Hayavarat and Lan together, all the semi-consonants. Okay. And this group, nya to nyakara to nakara, is the nasals. Nyamangananam. You can see that Jabagadadash. Okay. And it is Jabagadadash. So you can see that ash equals akara to dakara. Okay. To clarify it, so these are all the Parapada combinations, starting with akara all the way to dakara. And if you take a quick look at the Maheshwara Sutra, akara to dakara, the abbreviation is ash. So a, aha, dirgha a, visarga, if and when followed by ash, the result will be a. The visarga drops. Okay. So these two are the conditions to be met before the sandhi and after the before the plus sign and after the plus sign, and this is what the last final result will be. Okay, so this is the process. Okay, in the book it is given in just one picture. I just gave you 6 examples. You can see I used every millimeter of the screen. Okay, and pick the words based on that. And in some cases, I have to make the fonts a little smaller so that they can fit in, especially the English one, which takes a lot of more horizontal space compared to Devanagari. Any questions on this?
Yes, I have one question, and that is, you have those arsh where you have hal as a la without the Chandrabindu. Is that okay? Because in the Maheshwara Sutrani, la is with the Chandrabindu. So is that okay if I write only la?
Yeah. Because there's la, the Chandrabindu is part of the ith letter. Remember that. I
thought the na is a part of ith letter.
No, both. See, la has 2 ith letters. Okay, one is the anuswara of the lakara is a ith letter, and we will talk about that in one of the sandhis. Okay, so what you have to go with is the simple la, not even la, it's the l, just the pure consonant l. Okay.
Okay.
Good question. The Chandrabindu is part of the ith letters. Only the pure consonant you have to take.
Okay. Thank you.
Clearly,
I always had this question. Thank you for explaining me. Thank you.
Yeah. So because when we that comes a little later, what are the ith letters? Any vowel is an ith letter only if it has a Chandrabindu. If you have a vowel, otherwise it is maybe for pronunciation purpose. Only with the Chandrabindu, it is ith letter. That is the case with the la. And that's the only case in Maheshwara Sutras. The Lan is the only one which has a Chandra Bindu or a vowel for an it letter. For a specific reason, that Lan Chandra Bindu is only to satisfy one sutra condition. Okay, we'll come to that later when in the Guna Sandhi it will come. Okay, good point. Okay, so the content there is pure La.
Okay. And another thing is when you have like in many Vedanta, like Upanishads and everything, there are words with the Chandra Bindu, but that's a different story, correct?
That is totally different story. Say Panini grammar and in the Vedas, the meaning wise, they have different purposes. Panini
Correct.
uses the Chandra Bindu with the vowel. Of course, Chandra Bindu can go only with the vowel. Pure consonant cannot have Chandra Bindu, Anunasika-ness. So he uses for different purpose. And in the Vedic, they have their own significance.
Okay. So, I still, now I don't know why there is a redundancy, isn't it? When you have a la and a na, but why the la has a it letter?
Okay,
Because,
yeah, that is what I said.
okay.
It is there, the Chandra Bindu, Akara being the it letter in La is to satisfy only one sutra. As far as I know, it is only one sutra that uses the Akara it letter of the Lan.
Ah.
Okay, and it is very necessary. Otherwise, one part of the Guna Sandhi cannot be explained.
So I guess it will come after when we do Guna Sandhi.
Yes, we will discuss that specifically when we talk about Guna Sandhi. Okay. Okay, for rest of the class, this is very relevant question, even though it's a couple of classes ahead, but it is a very relevant question. Why there is a Chandra Bindu in La, and is it part of the letter or is it part of the it letter? Any Chandra Bindu in a pure consonant is just the pure consonant is the content. Anything else, okay, we might say Lanna, the A and Na both are it letters. Okay. In all other cases of the consonants, it's just the akara is there for pronunciation. It is not it letter. Even though you say ha, ya, va, rat, you say the ha, ya, va, ra, but only h and u is the letter, not the ya. The a is not included. And we mentioned that in the Panini Sutras, right in the beginning, in the last akara is for pronunciation. Otherwise, you cannot pronounce hubrit. How do you pronounce that, right? Okay.
Jagdisha ji, sorry, one question. It may the Bhagavad-Gītā second chapter 45th shloka, Traigunya Vishaya Vedaha.
Yeah.
That Vedaha is also a Visarga, right? But can
It
also
is Visarga, but we are talking about the Sandhi between Vishaya and Veda.
Okay.
Okay. After that, there may be Sandhi, depends on what letter comes later.
Okay, I think that's the end of a pada or the first.
Yeah, maybe. If it's end of a pada, we are not at all concerned because for us, what is important in this example is Vishayaha, Purvapada ending with Aha, Parapada starting with Vakara. Beyond the Vakara, we are not interested for the Visarga Sandhi at all.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So that is something to keep in mind in grammar. When we talk about a subject, don't go beyond the rest of the thing because it's not relevant. Okay, this is like mathematics. In mathematics also you talk about the things, discussion of the topic. Okay. So Traigunya Vishayaha Vedaha 245. Then Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna. Okay. So there may be, if you are combining that, the ni, nakara is again soft consonant. So you can make it that Traigunya Vishaya Veda Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna. Okay, there's so many sandhis there in the whole thing. Okay. So, but we are not interested in what happens on this end. This is not taken as the example. The example we are taking Vishaya and Veda, what happens there, that what is ending with aha, starting with the higher va is a soft consonant. So the Visarga has to drop. So the final form will be Traigunya Vishaya Veda. Then, if you want to make, there's another example available right next. Okay, but that's too big for this line. Okay.
The topic is laser short, to the point.
To the point, or the point under consideration.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Now, so this part is clear. We covered the textbook also, the 2B. So Aha plus ash. So now let's go to the next one. Now, because we are on the slide mode, let's do the to be is done. Now, number 3. Number 3 is what? In the table. Let's go to the Visarga Sandhi chart. Number 3 is the what Sandhi?
It's called Namo Namaha. Namo
Okay.
Namaha.
Number 3 is Namo Namaha. So what is the Purva Pada? You can see that Namo Namaha, it is in the third element in the first row. Right? The first is O Shivoham. Second one is the 2A, we already covered, Arjuna Vacha. The third one is Namo Namaha. So the Purva Pada ends with the Akara. Okay? Purva Pada ends with Akara. The Parapada starts with Hush. Now, what is Hush? What we saw earlier is Ash. Akara to the Kara. What is Ash now? Can somebody tell, referring to the Panini Sutra or the Maheshwara Sutra?
Soft consonants.
All soft consonants.
Okay, so all soft consonants only. Earlier we included the vowels, that is why the A came in. Now this is Hush, means Ha to Da, which is soft consonants. So let's take some examples. So very common example with the Purapada ending with Aha and the Parapada starting with this soft consonant is Namo Namaha. We use that word all the time, and especially in the class, beginning of the class and the end of the class, we hear that a lot of times, Namo Namaha. This Namo Namaha is nothing but the Namaha is repeated twice. Okay, Namaha, Namaha, nothing else. It's just Namaha, Namaha. Okay, let's take some example again from Gita. Okay, so the previous one, to be, we are done. Now this is a different Visarga Sandhi. Okay, Namo Namaha Sandhi. Okay. Chapter 1. Ukto Hrishikeshaha. Okay. Now then the verse starts with Eva Mukto Hrishikeshaha. Now Evam is a separate word. Uktaha is before that. So Eva Mukto. So I just separated just to save time or save space. Ukto Hrishikeshaha. Okay. Asato Vidyate. Nasato Vidyate Bhavaha. That verse. Okay. Asato Vidyate. Dhruvo Mrityuhu. Bhavato Janma. Yoga Yukto Bhava. Okay. Let's see breaking the sandhi. You get an idea because you have heard this so many times. So what is ukto after breaking the sandhi or the original form before becoming the sandhi? It was uktaha Hrishikeshaha. The Krishna, one who said so said. Okay. Asataha Vidyate. Dhruvaha Mrityuhu. Bhavataha Janma. Yoga Yuktaha Bhava. Okay, this is after breaking the sandhi. So whenever you see the plus sign, we broke the sandhi into Purvapada, Parapada. And now we talk about once you break the padas into Purvapada and Parapada, then because we are in the sandhi topic, we'll concentrate only on the varnas, Purva Varna and Paravarna. We are not interested in the rest of the word. Okay, we'll concentrate on the Varna. Okay, Uktaha. What is the Purva Varna? Purvapada is Uktaha. So Purva Varna is Aha, the last letter. Aha. Parapada starts with H. Okay. H plus R. Okay. Now this R is the Swarakshara. Hrishika. Okay. Hrishikesha. So Akara plus Hakara. Asataha. Akara plus Vakara. Dhruvo Mrityuhu. Dhruvaha plus Mrityu. Makara. Bhavato Janna. Akara plus Jakara. And Aha plus Bha. Again, I picked these words. One in the Hayavarat, other one, the two, because it starts with Ha. Okay, I wanted one with the Ha. So there are very few combination where the Parapada starts with the Ha. So Hrishikeshaha, Hakara. So these two are from Hayavarat. This is representing the Nyamangananam. This is representing Jabagadadash. I think maybe I could have put this one first because the Mahaprana comes before, but doesn't matter. Okay, Ja, alpa prana, bha, mahaprana. So I picked one from each, including an additional ha. What is the replacement? The aha is replaced by o. Okay, this is just like the shivoham, but the avagraha is not there. Because avagraha is not there, obviously, because the parapada doesn't start with a. So avagraha can't be there. Okay, so becoming o. So aha becoming o, aha becoming o, aha becoming o, all of those. Okay, and the paravarna is as it is. Its presence is required for the change, but it doesn't undergo any change. So what is the final form? Ukto Hrishikeshaha, what is given here. Okay, so a plus visarga followed by any soft consonant, the visarga drops and the aha will become o. Okay, a will become o, visarga changes. Okay, Ukto Hrishikeshaha asato vidyate. This is what you see in the Bhagavad-Gītā, and this is what you explain. Okay, or even in any Bhagavad-Gītā book, if they do padacheda is like a break the words and give the meaning. Generally, they give in the English meaning. So you will see them here. Uttaha, Hrishikeshaha separated. Now let's see what is the commonality. Purva varna is aha, preceded, the visarga preceded by akara, and the paravarna is hal, nyamagananam, javagadada, all those things. So ha to the, which is a harsh. Okay, when a visarga which is preceded by short a, if that visarga is followed by any of the soft consonants, the result is the visarga. Okay, now I have to do a change here. So this is visarga becoming o. Okay, I didn't make that change. Okay, so the visarga or the a and visarga will become o. Okay, so that is the result. Copy and okay. Any questions? We looked at. We will go to the textbook part, how it is described there.
Jagdishaji, just a small correction. At the very top,
Yeah.
where we have the English letters, you have the A bar. I think it's just the regular A.
Yeah, very good, very good. So it is a short a. Okay, because I make the previous slide copy and make changes. Sometimes while making changes, I may have skipped one of those changes. I mentioned earlier also. So if you come across any of those obvious typos, let me know. Even though you know that, I might keep this whenever I am going to.
Thank you for these slides. They are very helpful.
Yeah, this is the feedback I got. The first time I made these slides in the 5-week course in the ashram. Everybody liked that, so I thought I will extend that. So the Visarga Sandhi, I didn't make the slides in the 5-week course. Visarga Sandhi, I made this for this class only. The Swara and Swara Sandhi, I had made the first time I made it in the 5-week course. People liked it, so I thought, okay, this may be a very good tool for the ease of understanding. Okay, so I extended for the Visarga Sandhi also. Looks like it served its purpose.
Mahodaya, are these slides also in the resources?
These slides are not. Okay, so because I didn't put them in I didn't make a copy and put them in there because I keep adding on. So the next Sandhi I am still working on before the next class. Okay, and as you can see, they're all in one presentation. I think once I'm done with all the Visarga Sandhi, and maybe after a couple of classes, because if there's any typos, somebody might call me and say, is that a typo or this actually you wanted to like that? So that kind of a clarification, I give a couple of weeks, assuming that people are going to go back and look at them closer. And at that time, there's more chances of catching a typo. So till then, I generally don't put it in there because the mistakes, if there are any, will be carried out. Otherwise, just like the presentation slides, after the presentations are done, our presentations went in the first 9 classes. I think after the 12th class or so, then I put the presentation for the publics to make copies if they need it. Because by then, these typos will have been taken care of. Okay, that's the whole thing. So even if I forget, you can remind me. Okay, now that we are done with the Visarga Sandhi, when we are into the Swara Sandhi, you can say that can you post it in the Google Drive? Okay, so that will be put back after this is completed. Right now, so you can see that the last slide I'm still working on. This is something totally different. Okay, so I'm still working on this part of the Visarga Sandhi. So that's the reason why I don't put it live up there.
Also, you need a color printer.
No, I think most people may not take a printout. Okay, because some people might even prefer the slideshow so that it comes step by step. But that will take a lot of memory. So whenever I put those things, I put it as PDF. The colors will be there, but the what they call animation will not be there in the PDF. Information will
I
be
have
there.
a question.
Yeah.
So on overview of Visarga Sandhi, which is there on page number 16.
Yeah.
I don't see that, purva pada, that connection. I don't see that in the format. Maybe I'm doing something wrong or I'm not understanding.
No. It is there. You have to read it like any table, like the row and column. Okay.
That's okay.
Okay. In the Purva Pada, what should she say there? Did there is she took the Visarga thing out.
Okay,
Then I got it.
Okay.
So the Purva Varna, she just said, that means what she means is before Visarga.
So, okay, got it.
Okay. Now, because the reason is simple. In the case of aha, she could put, but she can't put the Visarga when we come to each, right?
Right.
There is no way of putting it. That is why she was just consistent.
Yeah,
Okay.
that makes sense. That's why it came Namo Nama.
Yes.
First count. That I got it, but
yes.
I could not see that. I said, why is there not a Visarga there?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So Purva Varna is the part of the Purva Varna before the Visarga. That is only she gave as the row heading.
Thank you.
Good question. There's just a convenience.
Jagdisha ji?
Yeah.
The last one, where you have a yoga yukto bhava.
Yeah.
We have a yoga. The third line says yoga yukta aha plus bha, and then va, and then next line is ava. So the fourth, yeah.
Good catch. So bhava should break what? Bhava should become what? Bh plus av, right?
Yeah.
Ava. Good catch. See, these are the kinds of things which go, if I put this up at this stage, that mistake will carry. So bh plus ava. Very good catch. Okay. So anything like this, just bring it out, point it out, we'll correct it so that when we make the PDF, it is all the defects are taken care of. Okay.
So Jagdisha ji, I just wanted to understand, how did you, you were looking for these sandhis, or you just, it's a really great presentation.
Okay. You mean, how did I come across these words?
You went through each and every chapter.
Okay. I cheated the system. Okay. I have a Bhagavad-Gītā. The whole Bhagavad-Gītā, I typed myself in Devanagari. Okay.
Okay.
Now, because it is in Devanagari, I could put a word search. I'll tell you what I did. Okay. It takes time. So I went to that file that is in Microsoft Word, raw Microsoft Word file. So I went to the search. So what did I search? I searched for blank and h. Okay, blank plus, I typed maybe I typed blank plus ha.
Okay.
Because after the plus sandhi, because uktaha Hrishikeshaha. So I was looking for a blank space, next word starting with ha.
Okay.
So I came across this ukto Hrishikesha, that it went to that line. So I thought, is it a good example to take? Yeah, it's a good example. And I didn't have much choices because there is not a lot of cases in the whole Bhagavad-Gītā, 700 verses, where a Purvapada ends with Visarga and the Parapada. Visarga ending Purvapada is fine, there's a lot of them. But Parapada starting with the Hakara is very rare.
Yeah.
So I got one or two, I think maybe just one. So I took that.
Wow.
I did that for the same thing. I put dash and I might have gone with the va, vi, woo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brilliant.
So I did that for a representative one. Okay. For example, for the in the Hayavarat, because ha is the first one I with the ha, then ya or va, I would have chosen anything that came across.
Yeah.
Okay. So because I need one example from that book. That is how I did.
Excellent. Brilliant. Brilliant. Amazing. I love it.
The
Yeah.
Bhavato Janma also has that missing.
Do I? Yeah. Yes. Okay, it is good because now everybody knows if I made any typos, can catch it. That means everybody understands this concept of breaking the words into syllables and the syllables into letters. Okay, that is, as I mentioned, in the first few classes, I had a lot of questions like that. Now I think everybody is getting that because only then you can point out these things. Okay, so if you come across like this, just let me know either in the class or in the WhatsApp, send a message so that when I make the PDF, everything will be corrected. Okay, so this is Sandhi 3. Now let's stop here and let's see what the book says. Share screen. Okay, we are into Sandhi 3 now. So let's go to Sandhi 3. Okay, Namo Namaha Sandhi. Okay, now once you see the presentation, the book part will become very simple. Okay, we don't have to spend much time. Okay, so the Purva Varna is aha. Okay, Uptaha. Hrishikesha. Paravarna starts with one of the soft consonants. Okay, aha plus ash becoming o plus ash. Okay, Purva letter or Purva Varna is akara followed by visarga. So this whole thing is the Purva Varna. The akara followed by visarga will be replaced by o only when if it is paravarna is a soft consonant ash. Soft consonant is in the Maheshwara Sutra ha, ya, vara, up, all the way up to da. Okay, because after da there will be hard consonants. So those are exceptions. So when a visarga which is preceded by short a, hraswa only, and followed by one of the soft consonants, the combination of a and visarga will become o. Krishna hasati, Krishno hasati. Okay, let's go and do one or two exercises. Okay, and the soft consonants, there will be a lot of examples, especially with the alpa prana. The parapada starts with the yavara, not la so much, yavara, and all the jaba gadada. You have a lot of examples. Okay, what you look for the previous word ending with o. Okay, so Yogeshwaro Harihi. Okay, what will be the visarga ending? What is the after breaking the sandhi? Okay, what will be the padacheda for Yogeshwaro Harihi?
Yogeshwaraha.
Harihi. Okay.
Harihi.
Okay. See, there is a one example. Harihi and Manohridi, and I think must be from Gita. But I got one in the first chapter, so I didn't go anymore. I got my example. Okay, and Heva Mukta Hrishikesha, everybody has the tip of their tongue. Okay, making the sandhi. Example is making the sandhi. Uktaha Hrishikesha. See, that example is there. I didn't look at this. I could have made, but the example is there in the book. If I supply another example, that will be better. Okay, Ukto Hrishikesha. Number 6. what will it become after making the sandhi? Number 6. Anybody?
Yaho lokatrayam.
No.
Yolokatrayam.
Yolokatrayam. So yaha is yakara, akara, visarga. So akara visarga will be o. So yakara plus o, yo. Yolokatrayam.
Yolokatrayam.
Okay. So do these exercises for both these pages. Okay. And for the sutraholics, that is the hint. This is not for the rest of the class. Don't feel bad. We are not covering. The book has not covered. Okay. This is only for the sutraholics. And we will start with the next one in the next class. And then in the next one, once we cover 3 and 4, then we'll talk about one little exception. Okay. Okay. Let's do the prayers and then stay over for any questions. Okay. The prayers, the concluding prayers. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayaः, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet, asato ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om purnamadav purnamidam purnat purnamudachyate, purnasya purnamadaya purnamevavashishyate. Om shanti shanti shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Did anybody catch any examples of the sandhi we studied just now in the concluding prayers?
Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso.
Exactly. Okay. So there are quite a few. Asato ma, tamaso ma. Okay. So mrityorma is not. That mrityo is different. Okay. And then what else is there? Gurubhyo namaha. You can see that gurubhyaha plus na is a soft consonant. Gurubhyo namaha. That is a good example for this. Okay. So these visarga sandhis are all over. Right now we are conscious of that, so we can catch that. But till now we were just repeating it. Now we know why it becomes gurubhyaha become gurubhyo. Now we know that because it is followed by a soft consonant. Okay, that is the usefulness of learning the sandhi topic. Any other questions?
Could you clarify why mrityorma is not the same?
It will come as number 4 because it is mrityoho. The purvapada is ending with mrityoho. Before visarga is oho. It is not aha. Okay, so the effect of the sandhi is the refa coming in mrityor. Mrityoho will become mrityor. That is number 4 sandhi, Guru Brahma sandhi. Okay. Mrityor ma, if you see that, the purvapada doesn't end with aha, it's end with oho. Mrityoho ma. So it doesn't belong to the namo namaha sandhi. Purvapada is different, or purvavarna is different. Okay.
Thank you, Jagdish.
Jagdish,
Okay,
one quick question.
Yeah.
Asato ma, is it asataha plus?
Yes, it is asataha ma.
But ma is not part of harsh, right?
Check again.
Ayavaratalan nyamagananam.
Okay, you just said nyama gananam. Ma is what?
Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry.
Yes.
Sorry. Thank you.
Okay.
Namaste.
Okay, Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Thank you.
Shubharatrihi.
Thank you.
Jagdish, do you have time for one question?
Sure.
Yeah, so the first one, the Shivoham,
Yeah.
or even Namo Namaha. So whenever there is an O, is it to be understood that the Visarga Sandhi has been applied?
Not always. Okay,
Oh.
but that is a possibility because just now you saw that okara is part of the word. It is not the result of visarga sandhi. But whenever there is a o, it may be a part of a word or it may be a result of visarga sandhi. You should be careful about that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because there may be a word like guroho, where the o is part of the guru shabda in the vibhakti form, not visarga sandhi.
Oh, the vibhakti. Yes.
Okay. So it is always possible when the okara can be a result of visarga sandhi or it is a natural to the word itself. But we are interested in is only when it was a part of the visarga sandhi or the result of visarga sandhi.
Okay.
Okay. Other things we are not worried about. If the individual, if it's that letter okara is somewhere in the middle of the word, we are not worried about that.
Okay.
So in that example,
Which example?
so in the nasato vidyate bhavaha.
Yeah.
So that entire line is nasato vidyate bhavo na bhavo vidyate sataha.
Yeah, see, there are so many examples there.
Right, there are so many examples. So if we look at the other two, like with bhavo na bhavo, can also be, that is also visarga. That is also a sandhi.
Yes. Okay.
But in the first chapter, Ananta Vijayam Raja Kunti Putro Yudhishthiraha. Ananta Vijayam Raja is not a visarga.
What is the verse number? Okay, that's 116.
116, okay. Ananta Vijayam Raja, no visarga, there's no visarga or sandhi.
So Raja Shabda will not have visarga because it is nakāranta, it is not akaranta. Okay, it's Raja, it is Raja itself, there is no visarga.
Okay. So that is why the word itself is
the natural word is akara, ending with akara because of the vibhakti, because Rajan Shabda, even though it's nakaranta, pratama ekavachan Raja, Rajanau, Rajanaha.
Okay. So there is
But you can see that Ananta Vijayam Raja Kunti Putro Yudhishthiraha. That is Kunti Putraha.
Yudhishthiraha.
Okay. And then in the second word, you can see that this is for whoever asked the earlier question. There is a word Sughosha Mani Pushpakau. You see the okara Sughosha, but the Sughosha is part of the word Gosha.
Oh.
It's not result of any sandhi.
Okay.
Okay, there is a okara, you see Sughosha, but you know the word Gosha, Sughosha. So that is well within the word. The okara is part of the word.
The same word, okay.
Right.
So
that is why I'm saying the okara, we are interested in the okara only if it is a result of a visarga sandhi right now. And later on, sometimes we will be interested in the okara as a result of guna sandhi. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Any other questions?
So when we were going through a couple of lectures back, there is a mandate to do the sandhi only except when the speaker is kind of giving a pause. So if we go to the prayer slide, the slide 1, prayer slide, the slide number 1.
Oh, prayers, right? Okay.
Yeah. So for example, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina. So there could be one word there instead of 3 words.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
So why is there 3 words, not 1 word?
No. In Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha, there is no possibility of making sandhi.
Oh, I see.
Because Sarve is independent word. There is no Sarve, A ending. There is no reaction happening between the A at the end of Sarve and Ba at the beginning of Bhavantu. There is no reaction possible.
But
so
if we
no possibilities of any sandhi, visarga or otherwise. Visarga is not there.
But if you speak it fast, would it be like Sarver Bhavatu?
No way, because there is Sarve He. It's not the word. Word is Sarve only. There is no visarga. It can't be Sarver Bhavantu. Impossible, because there is no visarga.
And Bhavantu Sukhina, it won't be like that. It will.
No, because Bhavantu ends with U, not with visarga. So you can't say Bhavantu Sukhinaha. No way.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Okay. So all of this, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha, has to be 3 words. They has to be written separately.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Same sarve santu niyama sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Now in this dukkha bhag bhavet, this kaschid and dukkha bhag, you can combine, make it two dakaras together. There is no actually sandhi happening. Two dakaras combine, da and the. Du and du will become du, kaschid dukkha. That is how we generally pronounce. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Jagdish, one question.
Yeah.
That asatoma and tamasoma, it is a fifth case. Asato.
Asataha
Yes.
and tamasaha.
Yes. It is a fifth case, right?
Right, it is fifth case.
Okay.
Okay. That is, it's actually, it is used in the sense of fifth case. Now, this is not necessarily fifth case. Okay, because it's a tasil pratyaya.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Jagdishaji, one question on.
Visarga is there in either case. Anyway, yeah.
So last class you mentioned about the double avagraha, like tadatmanam srijameham.
Yeah.
That is correct. But
Yeah.
we have the Swamiji's name like Tat Atma Nanda. That is not an avagraha, that's a sandhi.
Yeah, that is not, that is, I mentioned that in the class itself.
Right. I just
the
want
name Tadatmananda, Tada doesn't make meaning, meaning wise doesn't make sense. Tada means then. Okay, so in the meaning, if the word is somebody's name, then it is Tat and Atma, Tadatma, where there is no avagraha should be there.
Okay.
Okay, Tat plus Atmananda, only change happening is that Takara will become softened into Dakara. Tat Atma becomes Tadatma.
Okay.
Okay, there is no unpronounced akaras there.
Okay.
Okay. If it is tada and atma, if there is in a sentence somewhere or in a word somewhere, not as somebody's name, then it will, if you are breaking it into tada and atma, then two unpronounced akaras should be indicated. See, that is the usefulness of putting avagraha. If somebody put avagraha, then he is forcing us to make the purva pada tada.
Okay.
Okay, there is no other way. If you put two avagraha, that means two unpronounced akara. So it is tada and atma.
Okay.
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 Whereas if it is just tadatma without avagraha, then you can say, is it tat atma or tada atma? Which one makes better sense? Which is appropriate?
In this one, it's a little bit easy to say because the shloka starts yada and then the tada, it goes hand in hand.
Okay, so if that is why, as I said, you have to think which way the poet intended.
Right. Understood.
Okay, another question? Somebody else?
Yes, I have one question, Jagdishji.
Yeah.
That visarga is dropped. Can you use that word, that visarga lopa?
Yeah, when you visarga drop is easiest English translation. Okay,
so lopa of visarga, right?
Yeah, lopa of visarga, absence, or visarga gets not pronounced or disappears. Visarga disappears.
So lopa shakalya is covered in this thing.
Exactly. Lopa, it happens with a couple of steps in between, but effectively it's the same. Lopa shakalya, because that concept Panini borrowed from the Shakalya Muni.
Yes, yeah. So in Echoyavayavaha, in that also there is a lop shakalya happens, right?
Exactly. Actually, that one comes in here as one of the 3-4 steps.
Okay.
When visarga drops, a lot of times it is visarga becoming sakara, sakara becoming yakara, yakara becoming lopa by lopa.
Yes, and that's where I got confused. So that's the question I wanted to ask you.
Yeah. But, as I said, we don't want to confuse in the visargas on the stage for the 3-4 steps. So we just said, okay, visarga is there, visarga doesn't appear in the final product. Visarga drops. If you
so
want
they are connected to each other.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Very much. Thank you very much, Jagdishaji.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Shubharatri.
Shubharatri.